thousands.
You're not a Mary Sue.
Mary Sue.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Oh, wow, we're just going live off of that. How else will people realize that what I said was an ER reference? Go watch his videos. They're quite good.
Do it. Watch them all. But hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hakusho arc reviews, talking about the Dark Tournament Round 3, where it's probably, honestly, except for the final round, this is probably my favorite round. For many reasons that we'll get into soon. But as always, I'm your world champion. And join with me today is 3 out of the 5 parts to Exodia's being. Yeah, we got the right arm, the left arm, and the right foot. We have TrevorTiger.
Wait, no, get your fucking trivia right. Right leg, left leg, and right arm. Not right foot.
Excuse me.
You bring shame to our Egyptian ancestors who spent their time enslaving poor people and sending them to hell.
And playing children's card games on stones.
Exactly. How dare you? In case anyone might say, like, how come Trevor sounds just a little different? Well, to date this video, and to really date ourselves, just like 2 hours ago, oh my god, it's literally been 2 hours. I had Walkins, Ultimarks, and Mr. Prems, and we did our live stream reaction to Chapter 1000, and much fun and yelling and happy screams were had. Apparently, everyone was just like, man, what a fucking great chapter. Everyone was, it was just fun. Even my cold, dead heart was like, man, that was good.
Exactly.
Apparently, if you give it an 8 out of 10, it's fine, which makes you a giant hypocrite. But yeah, hypocrites aside, it was a really good chapter, loved by all.
Oh yes, loved by all those with hearts and massive toes.
What?
Exactly. So yeah, third round of the Dark Tournament against Team Masho. Which is a team of ninjas. Ooh, we're getting ninjas in our Yu Yu Hakusho now.
Even though only 2 of them are fucking ninjas.
Yeah. But we won't talk about that. This round happens immediately after round 2. So our heroes have no time to recover, which I like as well. And 2 of the people have to go to the nurse's office while the other 3 have to quote unquote fight. And it's the first 1 to 5 wins.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not even like it's up to 3 people left to fight. Hiei and Genkai. Hiei's still banged up in his right arm from the first match. Genkai in her saving the human turned monster apprentices, she used up her energy as well. So both of them are condemned to a medical tent, created by old Fatso from the tournament committee.
Booze McKenzie.
Yeah. And it was set up by whoever the fuck it was from that tournament committee. Old fuck. We'll call him Trump. Anyway.
I tried to look up his name earlier, but I already forgot it. I should have written it down. I didn't get his picture.
I'll call him Trump. And then you also have just Yusuke, Kurama, and Kuwabara who are eligible to fight. However, Kuwabara is still fucked up from the last round.
Yeah.
So he's I'm surprised that you don't have a hate voter for Kuwabara, considering that he spends pretty much this entire arc laying on Botan's lush, plump lap.
I mean, there's a reason he's the man.
So you're fine with him cheating on Yukina. What you scumbag?
Well, Yukina's a 12-year-old at best.
She's you know how Japan works. She's at least 200.
Oh, that's right. Fucking lollies. Anyways, let's move on to things that I quote unquote didn't like in this arc.
If Gama is on here, I swear to God. Okay, I have to ask, is this the character or the power? Because I feel like it's the power.
It's the power.
Okay.
I hate this power. It's so gross, dude. Like, he just stands there, starts sweating his ass off. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then, like, it turns into this mist. And even some of the people, like, I think Keiko says it, and some other people are just like, wow, it smells like BO, or, and, shit like that.
Yeah, and we should give context as to why people don't exactly like it. Well, here's the thing: the big hulking guy you see on screen, his name's Bakin, and he literally spent half of an episode, I believe. No, not half of an episode. More like just 10 solid minutes, just beating the ever-loving shit out of an unconscious Kurama.
Which we'll get to more.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
Yusuke steps in the ring, and it's like, all right, I'm going to kick your ass. And then Bacon's like, oh, yeah? Well, here's my actual power. And then he starts sweating. And apparently, his sweat produces a mist that, well, it's exactly as it sounds. He creates a literal smoke screen out of his sweat, which is very odd. So I did some digging in the manga. I'm like, is it really just sweat? Or is it like, maybe it's like spirit energy he releases that turns into mist and just have it smell like water? No, it's literally sweat. And it's like, it's such a weird thing that for the first time in the series, when the character actually beats up Kurama, you have some expectations. Like, oh my god, oh, this guy's gonna pay. He probably has a cool move set. No, all he has in his trick is his size and sweat, smoke sweat.
Yeah,
smoke sweat screen. A sweat screen.
A sweat screen, if you will. Yeah, no, I just thought it was gross. I mean, other aspects of this fight, I guess we could call it. I don't really consider it a fight, but okay. I'll bring it up later because it's actually something that I really liked in this.
Oh yeah, it's payback's coming. It's just the fact that you have like this slight build-up, and the payoff is sweat.
A sweat. The sweat screen.
Tagashi smoking that good old weed to get inspired for that one.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was in like a locker room one day and he's just like, you know what? Phil smells really bad. I'm going to turn that into a power to take a shot at him.
And he just doesn't like Phil because Phil's always like doing weights and never does cardio, and they go to the gym together, but he just forces Tagashi to lift weights instead of just running, even though Tagashi only wants to run.
Yeah, he's one of those people where like running is the one best way to lose weight. He's one of those people, and yet all he can do is just like he's forced to spot for this motherfucker Phil. And so, little known fact, everyone, every time you see a character beat up horrifically, that's Tagashi channeling Phil into his stories. Just take that in mind. Oh, and by the way, the reason why Hunter x Hunter's never finished is because Phil could never finish a rep to save his life. I cracked the code.
We figured it out.
Fucking Phil.
God damn it, Phil. Hunter x Hunter's so good too, asshole.
Yeah, it's so mid it hurts.
I know. But yeah, Bakin's gross technique is gross. Moving on to this dumb bitch.
I am shocked that you, of all people, I thought I knew you as one of my partners in our little career here. I am shocked that you put Boobsy here as a not like.
Well, it's not that I didn't like. So again, with Yu Yu Hakusho, it's hard to say that I didn't like this thing because there's a lot of Yu Yu Hakusho that I really like. But I am just gonna point this out. Because we get this. So this nurse, she traps Hiei and the masked fighter in her little tent with this. The dub called it like enchantress cords, which is one of the which is one of the few times that Takashi actually does fan service in his series. And he does it pretty well. So, but that's besides.
It was hot. Who cares?
Yeah. The entrencher's cords are going away, and Koenma wants to get his bump on his head looked at because of it. Anyways, but the thing is, this nurse and this is like a throwaway line in the anime. I don't know about the manga, but the anime, there was a line, and I think it was Genkai that says this. She's just like, I think Hiei knows that the force field is actually healing Hiei and giving him his spiritual powers back.
Yeah, so
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that was a mistranslation or what, but
it's weird because it kind of has. If I believe, I might be wrong. Someone can correct me. I believe the manga is the same way, but I think what the implication is that there's demon energy constantly surrounded Hiei, keeping him in.
Mm-hmm.
However, that demon energy is actually helping heal Hiei because it draws out, to summon, the Dragon of the Darkness Flame isn't like a technique that you can, you just pull out the fly. It's not made of your own energy. You literally summon that dragon from one of your body parts. Yep. So it's like the energy from the tent is drawing out the dragon from Hiei's arm, which in turn is healing Hiei. However, that is a very, very far stretch.
Yeah. So with me, with that throwaway line of quote unquote healing him with the force field, this dumb bitch, this stupid, sexy, dumb
wait a sec. Wait a sec. Remember, she's not trained for any offense. Her whole deal is defense and magic. Maybe because of her defense magic, it's defending Hiei from the evil of the darkness of the dragon flame. Ooh.
She's still a dumb bitch.
Again, I know.
But yeah. But I did want to acknowledge her a little bit more.
She's in your favorites for this arc, I bet. Calling it now. One of those double takes. It's that throwaway line is stupid, but oh man, when we get to her character, ooh.
I mean, boobs, so.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. I knew
it. As Fozzie Bear and Kermit the Frog would say, moving right along. This is where we're going to talk about Donald Trump.
Yay, Trumpy!
But mainly, okay, so this is one of those things where you're supposed to hate it because it's, part of the story. So you're just like, oh, I hate this because they're assholes. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
It's him and this tournament committee thing.
Yeah.
Where they try their damnedest to cheat Yusuke and his whole team in order to beat them, when they end up just winning anyways.
Yeah, it's just it's always they underestimate their opponents because they don't know the true value of their enemy, unlike Sakio, who understands the whole picture. Yep,
and that's the thing. They're just in it for the money. They just want to make the money. They want Yusuke dead, so they're just gonna be like, we're gonna try to kill him and blah blah blah. And what I love about this though is that because of them and their actions, we see more of how, just like what you were saying with Sakio, but also with Toguro.
Yes, his reaction's great.
Because the moment he gets fed up with it, he doesn't punch the wall. He just kind of is leaning on it a little harder, but it does crack and shit. He's just like, I'm done with this.
It's that's too underhanded. Fuck you. Because the tournament committee, even when it's Yusuke's turn, or no, when it comes time for the final match, they find a way to make Yusuke lose, even though he won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we'll get to that ending of that match. Oof. But yeah, but I also like how Taguro uses it in his own twisted way, though. He's just like, because Sakio even asked, he's just like, I forgot what the actual question was. It was something along the lines of, oh yeah, it was like, does Yusuke match what you're looking for?
Not yet.
Yeah, Taguro's just like, not yet, but. It was something else in this. I think it was this round too. It was something like, it was where Taguro was just like, he's gonna have to overcome these odds in order to face me, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like he's it's still he's mad because Yusuke is just he as much as he wants to like throw Yusuke through the ringer to prepare him for their fight. There's a limit. There's what is it Tarukane? Is that his name?
What, that guy? No,
Yeah.
no. Tarukane, I think was Tarukane
Oh my God,
was the
that's
one
right.
during
Never mind.
Yukina.
Trumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna keep calling him Trump. Yeah, with Trump here, it's like how do I explain this? It's like if you were trying to play an RPG and you're like, all right, after a moment's recovery, after I just beat a level 30 boss, maybe after staying at a night at the inn, I'll try the level 40 boss. But then the game glitches or there's like a story event that's like, no, you're gonna find right now. It's like, okay, no. I as much as I will get stronger from this is too soon.
Yeah.
That's how it's like.
Yep. But yeah, fuck these tournament advisor committee assholes.
Trump.
And also Taguro kills this guy with just a poke to the head.
Oh!
At least the anime does that. Does the manga not do that?
Wait a sec. No, it definitely does.
Okay.
I may be an episode behind. What episode did you stop on? It was 42 was the last one, right?
Yeah, it was right where the episode ends. It was like near the end of it.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah.
He just
I
walks
think
up to
43
him.
does a recap.
Yeah, 43, I think you're right, is the recap. But yeah, he just walks up to him, pokes him on the head, and like from where his nose is up, just explodes.
Oh yeah, that was great. And then everyone else died.
Yeah, but that's not till later.
I know.
But yeah, fuck the tournament committee and all that stuff.
Fuck you, Trump.
But let's dive into some things that are awesome in this arc.
Please let be who I think it is. My Foxy boy is back.
We're starting with this because this is the third round of the tournament. So, as we were stating earlier, because Hiei and the Masked Fighter are locked in Sexy Nurse's stupid force field, the only fighters that Team Urameshi has is Kurama, who is he's still at 100%, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yusuke, who he's not exactly 100%, but he's not too far off,
He's like 90.
Yeah, he's like about good 85, 90. And then Kuwabara, he can barely stand up as is, but at least he's still conscious. Yeah. So they basically have to go through a round where the first team to get 5 wins. Awesome, great. Kurama tries to stay in as long as possible. And boy, does he stay in as long as possible.
Yeah, because Kurama from the get-go is he's again, this is probably the smartest character in the series, one of the smartest characters in probably just shonen history. Like that, he could give like Light a run for his money.
Yeah.
From Death Note. But it's just like Kurama looks at everything as a strategy. So he actually points out something that's really interesting. Is like, oh, it's 2 against 5. The advantage is ours because all they're going to do is underestimate us. Mm-hmm. But I will do my best. Yusuke, you're our trump card. I will hold them off as long as I can, and then you finish off the leftovers. And oh man, Kurama's matches aren't exactly easy. They definitely put him through some challenges. The first 2 definitely do. Oh man, but yeah,
the second one definitely.
Oh yeah, and Gama, the first round, the guy you
Yeah.
have on the top right of your villains list, he definitely does something with Kurama that, like, it puts him through the ringer.
Yeah. So yeah, well, let's go through each fight one at a time. So first fight
Yes.
Kurama has is Gama, this guy on the top right here with the weird painting and designs on him. So he uses makeup powers, which is actually pretty cool. It's neat to see, makeup being used as a power, to power yourself up, but also he has these binding spells that he puts on Kurama here that basically give him now. The dub says he's got roughly 2,000 pounds attached to his skin.
The manga puts it as like half of your body weight is on the shackle or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes more sense on why he can still somewhat move.
Yeah.
Instead of like the 2,000 pounds thing. So, okay.
Very sluggish, but yeah.
Yeah. Now this fight it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But Trevor, do you want to say how Kurama wins?
Oh, yes. So basically, Kurama basically spends the first part of the fight evaded. And that's actually to his disadvantage because Gama, through constant offense, shackles Kurama's arms and legs. Motherfucker can't move anymore. And you're like, oh shit, how's he gonna get out? Because he can't even like reach for a seed to use the rose whip.
Yep.
But like the true Super Saiyan 3 Kurama is, his hair is a fucking weapon. So when Gama charges in, Kurama literally uses his hair and rose whip together to, well, basically just twist the hair around, thus creating a good hand to slice open Gama and get the win. It's like a very unique win for Kurama. It's like, oh, you can't use your arms and legs? Let's go ahead and use my hair.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
I know, I love it. Like, I completely forgot that's how he won. And so, like, when that part happens, I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I just screamed that. And Miranda literally opens the door. She's just like, is everything all right? And I said,
Yeah,
oh,
no,
yeah,
sexy fox demon.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, don't worry. Fox, sexy Foxy just murdered this dude with his hair. Just a head nod. She's like, oh, okay, bye.
She will watch Yu Hakusho. I will literally come over to your house if it helps me, like if it helps force her to watch this show, for God's sake.
Oh, she will one day.
One day. Let it be next week.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, one cool thing to note too as well. So Gama doesn't die right away.
Oh no, he's basically this is what I love about Kurama. So Gama is fucking slashed open in many areas. However, Kurama says, "Hey, you're using your energy to keep these shackles on me. If you release me, you could use that energy to heal yourself. You're not winning this battle, but hey, you'll walk out alive." And then Gama says, "Nope, I'm a sacrificial pawn. I choose to shackle you to make sure that my team gets the win."
Yep.
And turns out that Gama, who then tries to punch Kurama, he basically gives his life, getting as much blood on Kurama as possible. You may be thinking, why is he trying to get blood on him? Well, the answer is simple. Gama's blood apparently acts as a seal for spirit energy. So now, not only can Kurama not move from his hair, he can't move. Arms, legs, hair, bound. And now there's no way he can reach his spirit power, and his next opponent is a fucking master of ice powers.
Yep. Which, yes. So now we move on to Toya. And I do want to note this, because Hiei of all people, like, so this whole battle with Kurama here is great, not only at Kurama's part and the guys he's fighting, but also with Hiei. So we have Hiei, he hypes up Toya as, oh, the Ice Saint Beast I beat, he was nothing. He was no master. He just knew the basics and all that. But this guy coming up, nah, this guy's something else.
Yeah, and
But go
oh
ahead.
god. Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just gonna say, but not only that, but like throughout this fight, especially these first two, Hiei, like you're seeing that Hiei actually gives a shit about
Yeah,
Kurama. At least in the anime. Like I don't know what the manga did, but like the anime,
definitely with the manga. Definitely
okay,
with
good,
the manga.
good. Because like Hiei during this fight with Gama, he's just like, stop being so defensive. I know that's how you fight. Like first, being defensive so you can gauge your opponent and all that. But you need to like get in there and just finish him off quick. So then he can continue on. And then he's showing the same concern here when he's facing Toya. And then when we get to Bakin here in a second.
Yeah.
But this fight with Toya was pretty good.
Yeah, and I want to add something before we get to the actual fight. So, did you ever ask yourself, why does Hiei care about some ice user? Why would he take the time to learn about certain masters of ice and their discipline?
Ooh.
Did you ever think about that?
Ooh. I wonder.
Yeah, it's almost like Hiei has a sister, and his original home was an ice tribe. And I was like, I never really thought about it before. No wonder he would know about Toya, because, he probably spent a lot of his life just studying ice demons and see how they work. Anything to watch over his sister. And what I like about the anime adaptation here is that they don't ever tell you that his reasoning for knowing about Toya is linked to his ice demon heritage. However, in the manga, Tagashi does kind of spell it out where it's like he is in a league above Siryu, the Saint Beast. And you see this little diagram where it shows Toya on the top and Siryu and Yukina on the bottom. And then you immediately get the picture like, wait, why is Yukina the ice demon? Oh, that's why Hiei cares. So I like how the anime doesn't explicitly say why Hiei knows. It's just left up there for the viewer. So it's like you feel proud of yourself if you figure out the connection.
Yeah, and that's great to do like that because the story is written in a way where it's giving you these breadcrumbs leading you to where the story is going and what the revelation is.
Oh, it's man, and I get to say it again. Remember when storytelling and writing was fucking fantastic?
it can still be that way.
Sometimes. And we got very rare glimpses. At least My Hero was constant through 2020. But it's just like, it's so good to see like, this is what a classic story is like. Because that was the kind of writing I was like, in both versions.
But yeah, so the fight with Toya, pretty cool. He makes like this space of cold air, which is awesome. And he starts attacking Kurama, but for some reason, Kurama can't really fight too well, can he?
Nope, his energy's been sealed off by Gama's blood.
Yep.
And during this entire time, Yusuke constantly screams, "Let me in! I promise I can take him." Because he shows great concern.
Yep. But Kurama's just like, no, I got this. And so Kurama, with basically balls and chains on his arms and legs, not being able to use his own power, is just dodging. See, he's still able to dodge Toya's attacks.
Not exactly.
Well, not exactly, yes, but at least fatal attacks.
Right.
Like he's still getting injured and all that, but nothing too fatal. Until so Kurama does something ballsy here to win. So after Toya gets this nice little ice sword that is actually kind of cool looking, he goes and tries to give the final blow to Kurama. But what's this? Kurama had some thorns that he was able to stick right into Toya as he was going through. Apparently, Kurama put a seed of this death plant inside of him and use that to grow, feeding off of his own spirit energy that was sealed that he couldn't get to. So basically, Kurama tried to kill himself by winning the fight like that.
Yeah, and well, this is actually another case of where the adaptation kind of takes care of and has their own way to take care of an error in the manga. Because in the manga, Kurama just kind of plants the tree. He gets the branch, like he sprouts a branch that goes through Toya. He does that on his own. However, in the anime, you get explanations like, "Oh, Toya's ice blade slashed Kurama's arm wide open. That's why he put. Oh, that's how he was able to put the seed in his arm." And that was the one area free of spirit energy. Now that there's no more Gama blood on it, so boom, bam, there goes the wind. Kurama has access and gets the wind, but man, does it cost him his consciousness.
Oh my god, yeah. Like like just like what you said, he wins, but he's just standing there after the win and he's unconscious.
He was Whitebeard before Whitebeard.
Sure.
You know I'm right. He lost on his. He won. That's the difference. Whitebeard lost. Kurama won. He won on his feet.
Well, Whitebeard in a sense won. His family, except for Ace, ran off. That's what he wanted to do.
Fucking deserved it.
And then we get to the quote unquote fight of Bakin versus Bakin, or however the fuck you say his dumb name. Him versus Kurama, quote unquote versus.
Yeah.
This is also another instance where the tournament committee is just like, both fighters are in the ring, they're standing in the ring.
Yeah, and you get to see why. Well, we'll talk about Koto's demotion in the next round. Like Koto during this round, she's like, "Look, I'm all for seeing like guts fly and shit, but it's no fun when it's just one guy who's conscious and the other guy's knocked out. There's nothing to enjoy.
Like if the other guy's not screaming, this isn't fun." Like that's the kind of attitude she has with it.
Yeah. So then we get to one of my fucking favorite moments in the entire series, where this is where Team Urameshi is proven to be no longer teammates, they are friends. And it's all thanks to Kurama, because when Bakin is getting ready to do the finishing blow on Kurama, Risho yells, "Bakin, stop. Place him outside of the ring and leave it at that." And then Bakin's like, "What's that?" And then he's like, "Look behind you." Yusuke's spirit gun pointed right at Bakin. He's ready to throw the rules away and take on every single demon that has a problem with Yusuke.
Yep.
Oh, like he's ready to forfeit the tournament just to save Kurama.
And we get an even bigger moment after the fight with Jin, after all that bullcrap goes on, which we'll talk about here soon. Where we get that amped up to 11.
Yeah. Oh, and with Hiei too. When
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's just like where Rinku, the nurse, she's like, "Yeah, oh, that fool. I can't believe he would do the same. I can't believe he would be ready to throw his life away." And Genkai's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mass Fighter." Again, they look very similar.
Oh yeah. Oops.
But the Mass Fighter's like, Yusuke wasn't the only one, and then Hiei was like ready to go all out. He was ready to bust through that force field if it meant, if it forsaked his recovery, fuck it, he was going to go balls in.
Yep.
So yeah, just that's when Yusuke or Team Urameshi no longer were just teammates; they were friends from that point. Well, except for Kuwabara, but you know what I mean.
Well, it's Kuwabara.
Oh, so good.
But yeah, Kurama, you did awesome in your 3v1 fight, because next thing is we'll talk about how Bakin got fucked up.
Oh, goody! You pulled the manga up for this one.
I pulled it up for this one. Bakin gets fucked up because after the mist thing, Yusuke's just like, "Oh, I was a little scared that you were actually going to be a threat. But those punches were kind of late, so I'm just going to beat you up now."
Yeah, and basically, like, the page shows it all. Yusuke broke Bakin from the dick up.
Yeah.
He
Also,
can't even move.
points to Yusuke for coming up with a good strategy of getting rid of the mist.
Oh yeah, when he's in the smoke screen, he fires his spirit gun at the ground, which just like evaporate. Like that gust of wind that's caused by the spirit gun, it blows away the mist, and then Bakin resolves to rock smash, which isn't very effective against Yusuke because he's a ghost type, and so he pretty much just destroys Bakin on the spot.
Yep, and as you see, just like Trevor said, from the dick up, and maybe on one of his legs too, but yeah, Bakin gets thoroughly messed up.
Can we talk about how good the dialogue was for that one? Where Bakin's he's pleading for his life. He's like, I don't remember doing it. It was just a rush. And then Yusuke's like, okay, well, I'll help you remember what you did to Kurama using your body as an example, and just destroys him.
Oh, it was so great. And then, I don't know if the manga did this, but the anime, Bakin, he grabs the rock, tries to hit Yusuke in the head with it, and it just shatters.
Yeah.
He's just like, I tried to trick you, but, Yusuke, he went to the Leaf Village for his ninja training, so he can see through deception.
Yeah, it was just beautiful little round.
Yeah, and I just loved seeing it. It made me happy.
Yeah, I like how everything we like so far is in chronological order, which means I think I know what's coming.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, the guy that you can't understand unless you're listening to the Blu-ray version. Yep, there it is. There's Jin.
I do have the Blu-ray version, and I still couldn't understand him in the dub.
But that's subjective.
They gave him what? It was an Irish accent or Scottish accent?
Here's the thing. It's like a weird amalgamation of like every Eastern accent they could find that sounded remotely Irish or Scotch. It's like this strange combination of like those kinds of accents. And it was honestly, that is a thing that I can wholeheartedly say I do not like in the adaptation at all. The accent they get, like, well, whoever the voice is, I'm sure they're a nice guy, but you should not have been able to get away with that.
Yeah, no.
There is a fucking YouTube video that has subtitles for whatever Jin is saying, and I swear half the time they do not match.
Yep.
It's so bizarre. So
I tried to do the same thing. I'm just like, okay, no. I'm just gonna just guess what he says.
Yeah, so oh man, this is why I loved reading the manga, because it's just like a new light to take this. But yeah, Jin isn't too. The fight's amazing. It's just you can't understand the dialogue of one of the characters.
Yeah, this fight is really good. Like first of all with Jin, and so I want to point this out too. I almost put this thing in things that I didn't like, but because I was teetering on this. So I think it's with Toya when he goes in to fight with Kurama. He says what their wish is going to be if they win, and that's to have the whole island. And he starts talking about how they're tired of the darkness, they want to be in the light, blah blah blah. I almost put that in things I didn't like.
But then you see their captain and how free of the wind he is.
Wait, Borinjo's the captain.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but
but yeah.
The strongest member, so to say.
Yeah. So once Jin gets in there, you kind of feel it a little more. But in my mind, at least when I was teetering on it, my mind immediately went to, wait, you guys are super strong demons. Why not just leave?
Well, I thought Toya's reason was actually really good because they don't want to quit the life. They just want to be known.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking...
Don't do that.
Well, remember what the masked fighter said? It's... They're the way that the shinobi become who they are through pretty much the technique that the Sith use in Star Wars, where there's a master, they train an apprentice, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then the apprentice becomes the master, and the cycle repeats itself. They want to do that. However, that method requires secrecy to stay in the shadows, to hone their abilities rather than use them for public eye or whatever.
Yep.
But that's why they're kind of like failures in that right, because, well, they just want to use their powers and be actually recognized by the public. So the reasoning makes sense.
Yeah, and honestly, like you see that with Jin. That's actually where I came around to it. I was just like, okay, fine. I get it. I get it better now. Because with Jin, with that wind power, one of the first things he does in the fight is he just goes straight up to the air.
Yeah.
And he just looks at the island and he's just like, well, I guess what I gleaned from how he was saying it was, can't wait for this island to be ours so I can be free to do what I want, because being in the wind and flying like this is so much fun. And you get that too with his interaction with Yusuke. Like, he's not just some other demon that's just like, oh, fuck you, Yusuke, you're Meshi. You know, he actually has this good dynamic with Yusuke. Like, before their fight, even he makes a joke about Bakin getting his ass whipped, and Yusuke's laughing at it. And so they're about to have, and I think Jin says something like this too. He's like, we're about to have a good match here. We're going to see who's stronger. Not in I'm going to fucking murder you. No, we're going to see who's stronger. Come on, Urameshi, let's go.
Before the round even started, before all the fights started, when Yusuke and Jin were in the ring, Jin says to Yusuke, you have a good wind about you, Urameshi. It's the kind of wind I like. And in the manga, there's a painting that I never saw before. And if I could understand Jin in the anime, then it would make a lot more sense. But apparently, in the manga, what Tagashi was going for is that Jin is Yusuke. Jin is demon Yusuke before Yusuke became a demon. It's like a demon twin brother. And that's where their banter comes in. When you think about it, you see the fight again, it's like, oh my god, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, I think somebody says it, or maybe I'm thinking something else, because I'm also currently watching Naruto as well. But doesn't somebody mention something about how this seems like a sibling fight?
Kind of, but that's like more of like one of the dub. Well, you can easily see that as like a dub joke.
Yeah,
and that's why I always
that might have been what it is.
They treat it as a joke, when in the manga you get a little more explorations. Like, oh wow, yeah, they do kind of act like brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jin is just a more happy Yusuke.
And during the fight, you get to see, I think Keiko even has a moment where she recognizes that Yusuke's really happy.
Yeah.
Just, oh my god, the character of Yusuke is fucking great, and him clashing with the character that actually likes him back is, it's a lot of fun. And can we talk about how this fight is full to the brim with strategy? This is, aside from Yusuke versus Hiei round 1, you don't really see a fight that has as much strategy in it in terms of Yusuke alone.
Yeah.
Like this is how the fight works, people. Jin is in the air. Yusuke is a close quarters combatant. His one long distance attack is proven time and time again to be ineffective. How do you bring that down? And well, Yusuke works off of Jin. He responds whenever Jin thinks it's a free moment. Yusuke fires with the spirit gun. When Jin pulls out the tornado fucking fist, Yusuke fires his spirit gun right before impact. But Jin's pretty smart about that. It's just Yusuke coming up with all these strategies with this limited moveset to find some way to get a blow on him. And it leads to a great victory for Yusuke.
Yep. And also, one thing I want to note too, the anime animates Jin flying so well.
Yes, it is superb.
Yes, they do, and especially in this fight, mainly, like especially the ending where they like have everything looser and all that. Like, it's not as like it's not this image, for example, that we're looking at. Everything's a lot looser with their and a lot like it's more like I guess water. I guess is something.
I believe it's the same guy that does Hiei versus Bui later.
I think so too. Yes. But yeah, they do such a because like you get this scene where like Jin is just flying around and like everything just going by him. Like it's animated so well, and you don't see this a lot in today's anime because a lot of today's stuff they're just like, oh, they're doing a flying scene. Oh, let's CG that, And where CG can look great, it does not like get the same feeling as something that Yu Yu Hakusho did with Jin right here.
You can guys, if you guys watch it today, I'd be actually interested in seeing how people react to this kind of animation technique because I can totally understand if someone looked at it and be like, yeah, it was pretty, but it looks very off model though, and you could totally buy that. It'd just be interesting because it's an old animation technique.
Yeah,
and you want to know what actually supports this little theory of mine? The fact that they used this type of animation for the Six Tails versus Pain fight. And, well, here's the thing. When you bring in a brand new animation style never before seen for, like, a long time, and you apply it to, like, a fight like that, and it's done poorly, it's some of the goofiest, most pathetic shit I've ever seen an anime try to do. But for stuff in Yu Yu Hakusho, it serves the moment well.
Yeah, and like I guess since you mentioned Naruto, it's just like they've done that style a few times before that too. Sasuke versus Orochimaru, Orochimaru versus the third Hokage.
Yeah, and they treat it seriously and not like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah,
Mr. Pain, I'm gonna start running with Sonic the Hedgehog wheels.
Oh my god, that was so stupid. But I digress. So yes, animation was great. The fight itself is pretty damn good.
Yes, very strategic. I think I don't know if many people actually talk about the fight, but it's like for a while I didn't exactly like it. This is years ago. This is when this was before I did the yearly the rewatches of this series.
Yeah.
Before it happened, I was like, I don't really like Yusuke versus Jin. I don't remember. It doesn't have that close quarters combat, heart wrenching stuff you feel like in fights against Toguro and Chu. But then as an adult, I could be like, wait a sec. Oh my god, yeah, I get it now. It's just Yusuke being actually strategic.
Yeah, and I think another thing that might have you can correct me if I'm wrong with this, but another thing that might have deterred a lot of people from this fight is the fact that there are stakes, but this isn't your typical like angry Yusuke fight. Like we kind of got a glimpse of this with the Chu fight, where like, I need to beat you because I need to continue in this tournament and all that stuff. And then we have the knife edge death match and all that. But this, again, it's just like what Jin said before they fought. We're going to see who's the strongest. Yeah. That's it. Like, they literally, like, Yusuke, to me, almost forgets that he's in kind of a bad situation, tournament-wise, and in the whole round-wise, just because he's actually having fun fighting Jin.
Yeah, oh my god, I can't get over it. And the ending. Well, I do have manga panels that I cannot wait to show you at the end, and I'll get one of them has to do with Yusuke versus Jin. So we'll come back to that. But yeah, it was just a great fight. At the end, it was pretty good. We'll get to that when I bring up the manga panels.
Do you want to talk about that now? The ending of this fight?
Wait until the manga panels section. I'm going to hold off on that because it leads into two different themes I do have to bring up.
I mean, because the next thing is not this fight.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna hold it off. We're gonna hold off on that because I know your baby boy is up next.
Oh, my baby boy's up next. Look at him go. Look at him do his thing. Fucking Kuwabara gets the win.
I talked for
love
so
that.
long already. I'm gonna let you have this fight.
Oh, my boy Kuwabara. So this leads into the ending of the last fight. So apparently, Yusuke gets I guess I should
Eliminated.
say disqualified. Yeah, eliminated would be the better word. So Yusuke gets eliminated because apparently Koto took too much time to count him out of the ring. And that's where we get, like you were saying earlier, where Koto's just like, wait, no, you guys tell me to give a little bit of leeway with this. Like, I'm doing my job. So stop telling me I'm not doing my job. And she actually makes like little jabs during this fight too about let me do my job so I don't get, disqualified again, let me do my job. So we're in a bit of a pickle because now the leader of Team Masho, he's in the ring. He's just acting all cocky and shit. He's just like, yeah, no, you guys have no other people. You can put Kurama in here. I'll beat his ass. Hiei and the Masked Fighter are ineligible. So who stands up to the plate but our baby boy Kuwabara? And another note I'm going to give to the anime, the sound design of him walking with like the bones cracking and shit. God, I love it so much. So
Yeah.
Kuwabara can barely stand and walk, but he's just like, I'm a man. Even if I die, I need to do this because I'm the only one that can. And, Hiei's like this idiot, and obviously the others are actually concerned for Kuwabara, which Hiei does kind of turn around a little bit. So yeah, Kuwabara fights this dude. This dude can make earth armor, and it looks like Kuwabara is about to lose because what's happening is at first Kuwabara can't use his spirit sword because apparently the same thing that happened to Yusuke during the Saint Beast arc, where he was using his life force to keep himself alive. Apparently Kuwabara's body's doing that as well, so he can't access his spirit sword. So this guy is doing this meteor smash bullshit move when all of a sudden, Yukina shows up into the stadium. Kuwabara looks over and he's just like, "Hey, baby!" And the funniest thing happens because he's like holding on to this meteor mash attack, and as soon as he sees Yukina, his face changes. He just smacks Rinsho. I always forget this guy's name.
Rinsho.
Okay, good. He just not only smacks him away, he bitch slaps him away and runs over to Yukina like nothing happened. Like his spirit just like gets like he basically gets a second wind, and he's trying to show off for Yukina. And then all of a sudden, as Koto's doing her count, Rinsho does this spinny attack, and Kuwabara's just like, nah, fuck off. I need to look good here. He's able to get to his spirit sword, whacks him away, gets back into the ring. 1, 2, 3. Kuwabara wins for the win. Team Urameshi wins. I love Kuwabara. I love that he gets a W here. Let's get in there.
Yeah. I do find it hilarious that when it comes time for the final before Kuwabara, well, the Rinsho has like a crater attack that kind of treats him like a meteor.
Yep.
And Kuwabara is about to get hit by this meteor, and Kuwabara kind of telepathically, I guess it's like on a spiritual level, he goes through everyone, and it's like, Yusuke, you're a jerk, win this. Hiei, I never liked you, but I'm glad you were on our team. Kurama, I don't know if you were told this, but you're like one of the best people. You're one of the kindest people I ever met. And he's ready to tank it. And then Yukina comes in, and then he swats that motherfucker away with the power of love. And then the camera cuts to Hiei. And the sheer shock on Hiei's face is what I think is I think it's like the combined shock of A, Kuwabara actually winning, and B, seeing his sister. It's like those two shocks were formed into one face.
Yep.
It's just There's too many things happening. What is going on? Why?
I love it. I love it so much. This is how you do the power of love and friendship.
Yeah, see? Yukina brings out the best in Kuwabara. Yukina is the reason why they move on to the tournament.
Yeah. I just love it mainly because Kuwabara gets a W here, and he deserves all the W's.
I'm not going to say anything. It's your moment.
Does, and you know it.
I mean, yeah, he gets this one.
Especially what happens to him in the next round.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, praise him if you can, because come next round, you know I'm going to have my swing at some things.
Oh, we know. And if you out there have seen Yu Yu Hakusho, you know what's about to happen.
Man, Kuwabara's reputation better be ready to disappear because it looks like it's going to go to the Cape of No Return.
He's still my favorite character. No matter
Odin
what.
Kuwabara.
Yes.
Odin Bara.
Ooh, that's actually a cool name.
Oh my god, the two of them are kind of similar when you think about it.
Oh my god, they are.
Yeah.
Kuwabara, king of the monsters.
Wait, who would win? Kuwabara, end of series, versus Odin?
Odin.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because a certain someone has a certain power that I ain't saying yet, but he does have a certain power.
Just because.
I just edges things out a little.
Does it?
Kuwabara would make an excellent scabbard.
He actually would.
Yeah. And then Yusuke could be Kid, but only because Kid is voiced by the wonderful Justin Cook.
That is true, yeah.
I think that's why I like Kid so much. It's just because I hear Yusuke and then I learned that, oh my god, the voice of Yusuke himself is Eustace Kid. Let's fucking go.
Yep. I love it. I love it. But the last thing on my mind with this arc is that
more.
Love blossoms.
I was actually going to say the Yusuke and Keiko thing because I know that gets explored more in episode 43 and then beyond.
It does. But I just wanted to...
We're getting there, everyone. We're getting there.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. We are. We're getting there.
The next episode has one of my favorite moments of the entire series.
Oh, my God. That's going to be the next video.
The hype, the terror of a certain team is on full display next episode.
But yeah, I just wanted to point this out because it's just another one of those like short moments. I put Kuwabara and Yukina in here because I mean, why not? But it's mainly the Keiko Yusuke thing.
Yes.
Just more like this is how I like my romance in series to happen. Natural and down to earth.
It's never one of those typical shonen things where it's like, you won. Yeah, I did. Cool. Let's fuck. It's never exactly. That.
No,
and the dialogue is never off screen. Naruto.
Oh yeah. I know.
The lovey dialogue. It's okay to have fucking romance. It's okay to have feelings. And that's like the one thing that's holding me from being on board the Deku and Uraraka shipping. It's the fact that I can tell that there are feelings between the two of them. If only they talked more to each other, about each other. Come on, do it!
Well, that's more of getting awkward teenagers, you know?
Oh, Yusuke and Keiko aren't teenagers.
Well, they are, but they're different teenagers. They have a
Yeah, I
different
know.
personality.
It's such a trope. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
not talk about our feelings, but here comes Yusuke and Keiko, and they can actually talk about these things. And it's like it's so much more natural. You root for them the entire way because it's an unhealthy relationship. But Keiko wants to make it work, and Yusuke wants to make it work, and by God, you want to see him make it work. Suck on that, Joker, Harley Quinn. Fuck you.
Shit.
Everyone's going off of a relationship. It has to be 100% healthy. There's no risk involved. It's like you Hakusho like a word, motherfucker. You cunt.
Yes. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight it because, especially with this image, because it's a very damn. Why can't I think of words today?
A two-way street.
No. This image is very what's the word?
Loving.
Yes, but
motivating.
No.
Sincere.
No.
Heartfelt.
No.
Epic. Cool.
I mean,
relatable.
You're not wrong in your words, but it's very oh my gosh, what's the fucking word? It's an image that everyone knows from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Wait, like recognizable?
I guess we can go with that. Iconic. That's it. There we go. Because like whenever you think of like moments of Yusuke and Keiko in the series, at least with me, the image that always pops up is this one of Keiko.
Oh yeah, it's like if you die, I swear I'll kill you. Mm-hmm. Bang.
Yeah. Well, in the dub, she's just like, I like that last move. Bang.
Oh well, that's why I held off on talking about this because episode 43 pretty much does. Right, yeah. They have the scene again, but it's like extended and leads on from there.
That's right. Yep. Well, we're talking about it right now.
Yeah, next time.
We'll mention it more next time. But again, I like seeds that are sown. You know, I love it so much. But with that being said, I mean, how can it be anything lower?
Yep, it's we're getting closer. Only 2 rounds now, motherfucker. By the way, how we go? It's gonna be. Are we covering all of the semifinals? Next video.
Like, I'll get back.
Here's the thing, because we have actually, we should be fine if we do the semifinals. That's like, let me think: 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. That is 8 to 9 episodes, which should be manageable.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to talk, because a certain moment happens after the semifinals, so we should be spared. That can be saved for the next video.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything. Like, that's the thing. Like, the things that are bad in this arc aren't necessarily bad. It's the stuff that, you shouldn't like in this story because, boo, they're bad guys. Or, I'm just being an asshole and being nitpicky / memey.
It's almost like this series is peak fiction, Aniki. Roger. Everyone on One Piece Twitter, everyone on Naruto Twitter, everyone on Dragon Ball Twitter, everyone on Attack on Titan Twitter, everyone on Shonen Jump Twitter, everyone on DC Twitter, everyone on Marvel Twitter, everyone in just fiction in general. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you, every religion in general. This is fiction. I can make the joke, I'm Christian. I can be edgy.
I am too. But yeah, solid day.
Fucking love this story so much. Again, Isn't it great to read and watch things that have excellent writing and characters? Isn't it great to relive it?
It is. It's really great. But let us know how great it was in the comments below. Or, if you don't like it and think it's mid, I mean, you're entitled to your wrong opinion, but that's cool.
Answer down below that if Jin farts, what's the level? What's the wind level? Breeze, hurricane, twister? Let us know down below. I'll be keeping an eye out on all of you.
Yeah. Fucks.
I'm watching you right now.
Yeah.
I'm watching you.
I have people out.
Yeah, I know. I'm at your windows right now. Even if you don't have windows, they're there. I'm watching your every move. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Look around. You can't tell it's me. Just
look around. Look around.
Eliza.
Look around. Look around.
You can annoy me in the 50 years after your fucking husband's play is over. Go to your orphanage, you tism.
You tism. But yeah, be sure to like the video too if you were entertained in any way, shape, or form. And links below to Trevor's channel, and also the Doomates channel, because both deserve all your love and affection. And as always, Trevor's been the Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I have been the Life of Brian story.
Where's and as always, coming from?
As always, people, I've been your world champion. Catch you guys next video.